broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to AfterBuzz TV's recap of your favorite soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I am your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by my lovely co-host. We have right next to me in the far, far left with the highest hair ever,
Mark J. Freeman.
And filling in for Peter today, we have the super organizer himself,
James Lott Jr.
Thank you, James, for joining us today. And happy Daytime Emmy Awards days, everyone. If you guys are dual watching, you got that? Dual watching. If you're dual watching us, you're watching the Emmys and us at the same time. Make sure you keep us up to date. Right before we got on, we got word that our very own Freddie Smith won an Emmy today. So congratulations to Freddie Smith. Yay! And we're sending out good vibes to everyone else in hopes that they win their awards. Unfortunately, I just saw that Camila didn't win her award.
Her scenes were amazing.
They were amazing. So we're keeping hope for Miss Peggy McKay or Allison Sweeney.
Yes. Yeah. Both their scenes were amazing also. Yeah. So it could be a toss-up. Maybe a tie.
Did you watch their Emmy scenes?
I did.
They submitted?
Live.
Well, no. I meant to go because I know they had them posted. I meant to go in and watch them.
I did see them, and they both were really.
Because I actually don't even think I saw Peggy's speech. Like, I don't think I saw the wedding.
Oh, you didn't see the wedding?
Yeah.
The wedding?
Wow.
I have to say, her speech made me teary-eyed.
Her speech was amazing because we, for 2 seconds, thought, oh my God, her Alzheimer's kicked in. Yeah. And then she brought it back around. So kudos to that. Hopefully she will win. We will update you later on some more Daytime Emmy Awards that Days has won. But let's get into
Can we win one?
Daytime Emmy.
Yeah. For AfterBuzz.
You know what?
We should be nominated at least.
I give you a Daytime Emmy, Mark.
I want the statue. I don't want to hear the talk.
We'll
I want
make
the
one.
statue that I can melt down into some earring.
I like that. Actually, I like that dangling.
Little dangle, little menses.
Yes.
Dangling here.
Actually, 2 little Emmys. Clip-ons, though. I'm not pierced. So clip-ons, if you don't mind.
So let's get right into this week. We're going to first start off with the Adrian, Lucas, Kate, Victor storyline. So I love that they picked up with where Victor left off by knocking on the door and saying, oh, Adrian, I need to chit-chat with you. Yeah. Oh, and Lucas, you're fired. But who would have thought that, and I didn't connect this together, that Kate kind of set this in motion.
I knew immediately. As soon as she came over and she's like, oh, you weren't, I didn't know you were there, da-da-da-da. As soon as she did that, I went, she's setting up Lucas. I did. I literally knew it instantly.
I did not realize that until...
Which is easy for me to say now. No, but I really did.
No.
Well,
I had a feeling kind of too, a little bit. A little tiny feeling.
I didn't at all. So I was floored that Kate would do this to Lucas, and then Victor being all upset with Adrian that, oh, you're cheating on Justin, and Adrian's like, he's having an affair on me.
He started first.
And of course, Victor already knows this.
Oh yeah, he knows already. Yeah.
So he. It's almost like you want to present news to Victor, but he kind of looks at you like, I already know.
Yeah,
like, what else do you got?
Yeah. You're still wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
So all of that hoopla is going on, and then I love the moment when Lucas is fired, and Victor says, also, you may need to call a cab because
I had your car towed.
Yeah, and then Lucas was like, wait a minute,
you're gonna have to call a cab. I had your car towed.
You had to really look for my car.
Yeah, he was like, I didn't park by the house. Right. Like, you had to look for it. How did you find it? And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. But what are we in, like the 10th grade where we have to hide your car not too far from the house so people don't know that
he doesn't want the staff to know.
Henderson.
Even though it didn't really work out.
No, it didn't work out.
You are a grown man.
He might as well park in the garage.
You are a grown. Does Salem have Uber? He could have Ubered there.
He could have Ubered.
He could have Ubered and not even had a car there. He could have not even left a trail.
He was like, I swear no one was here. I swear it. I'm like,
But
oh my gosh.
I have to say that scene with him and Kate going at it.
Yes. History. There was history in that.
And when
Yes.
he said, when he was like, "You trying to kill me," wasn't even in the top 10.
Yes,
I
right.
was like,
that.
"Oh shoot, that's right."
Yes.
Well, it's interesting because here Kate is basically setting him up, and now he's lost his job, and he's kind of like, "You have meddled in my life since I was born.
Yeah.
Like, give it up, lady."
But here's the thing about them. He's the only child she had from birth to today.
Yeah.
All others have been kidnapped or dropped out of the sky.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Or left.
So she this is the one she always had. He's kind of her lackey, sort of.
Yeah.
And so she does love him and kind of trust him like a secondhand man, but yet she feels like I'm still the top woman.
Yeah.
And so she's always kind of treated him like, you're bad choices in women, which he has bad choices in women, but you're good in business, but I'm better in business. So it's kind of this push-pull thing with them.
But listen, like at what age does a mom say, "You go live your life"?
Right.
Like I've lived my life, so you go live yours, and I'm not going to meddle in it. It's like, she meddled with Sammy,
Yes,
with Nicole, with Chloe, it's like every woman that he's had, and there's not that many women in Salem.
Yeah.
She has found some reason that he should not be with them.
But like I said, it's not cut and dry. It's kind of like she's kind of right about them though, because you know what's going on. They're all her.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, especially Sammy.
Yeah, especially Sam.
I think
And Nicole.
And I think ultimately, Sammy and Lucas would have worked.
Yes, I agree.
yeah.
I totally agree, because they were friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were friends. They were schemers in arms, and 16-year-old. I mean, I think he understood her. He knew what she was all about.
Yeah.
He got her.
Yeah.
And she couldn't pull anything really over on him.
Right.
So it's kind of like this kind of respect thing they have with each other, even though they screw each other over all the time.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think they would totally last if they weren't meddled with.
Yeah. So Kate got what she wanted.
She did.
And she now has a job, and now back at Mad World. And I love that she was like, "But you need a job."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I don't want to join with you. I'm done with you."
We're done.
Yeah.
Don't you understand, lady? We're done.
See, that's what happens. Those are the sacrifices that you make when you try to scheme and pull and plug, and there you go. So now she's lost yet another kid.
Yeah.
Now what is Lucas gonna do?
Sleep with Adrian some more.
Well,
Yeah, well, there you go.
I mean, besides the obvious.
yeah.
Hashtag mucus.
Right.
Yes.
Ooh,
exactly.
mucus?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really like them together.
Oh.
So I was like, Lucas and Adrian, I didn't want to.
No, it doesn't. To me, it still doesn't make sense.
Ugh.
I don't dislike it.
You don't dislike it?
I don't dislike it. I mean, it's not perfect.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm not as disgusted by it. I actually like the scene when they, like I said, when he was like ripping his shirt off and everything. I was like, I don't know. It was. I don't know. I don't dislike it.
Fans, let us know how you feel about this storyline. Do you think Adrian and Lucas should continue pursuing each other, or do you think that she should go try to figure things out with Justin?
Tribe Master just said no one will ever be good enough for Lucas in her eyes, which
This
is
is
true.
Which is true.
Yep.
And I did love when Victor and Marlena got together a little later, because they're part of that story, and she was talking to him. I love that she was like, "We have no place to judge."
Yeah.
She said it like 2 times.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that everyone tries to fix everyone else's problems, and they've had the most problems.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and everyone here is saying too that Victor is being a hypocrite about
Yeah.
cheating, about
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like,
Of course.
I mean, but it's Victor, so you kind of gotta let it go.
Yeah, exactly.
Our favorite Daquan Jenkins. Hey, Daquan.
Daquan.
Just he said, just Victor lately acting like he is all high and mighty irks me.
Yeah,
He has been. He seems like a little sneaky snake. Like
Yes.
he's just like kind of like walking around like he sits in a room with coffee like this and goes, "Doop. Kristen is in Italy."
Yeah.
Doop. Adrian and Lucas gotta figure that out.
He knows where Paul is.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, exactly.
Paul isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He leaves that on the counter.
Yeah, I love that. I
For
do love that.
Marlene to just take a picture of.
Right. Which she got had the wrong address, y'all.
I was like, really? I mean, we could have made it at least a little. Maybe pull the drawer open and there's a paper on top. Like, for it to just be sitting right there, right on top was like, come on.
Ridiculous on many levels. So, moving on. Did we cover pretty much everything from that storyline?
Yeah.
Because Victor played a lot more in other people's storylines, but we'll get to that in a minute. So let's move on to JJ, Paige, Eve, and Jennifer. And as we're going over the storylines, guys, while you're in the chat room, make sure you let us know your thoughts and how you feel. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to AfterBuzz TV.
And like us.
Like us, comment, and also share. Yes, also share our link. Let other fans know that we do this here every Sunday so they can join in as well. And they can also check us out on iTunes and SoundCloud. All right, so.
Oh, yeah, and I always forget that we're on podcasts, and sometimes we do stuff that they can't see. I always forget that people can't always see us. So.
For the past couple of years, I've been
beautiful for anybody who has never seen me live.
He is hideous. All right, so
just listen to my voice. Just listen to my voice. That's all.
So JJ, Paige, Eve, and Jennifer.
Yes.
So. I love when Days does a dream sequence
there you go.
To make us feel like it's actually happening.
I think I even wrote at the top of the page on that day. I wrote dream.
Yeah, me too.
Dream.
Dream.
It's a complete dream.
Yeah.
But there is this worry looming over JJ, Eve, and Jennifer. I think that Paige eventually is going to find out. Eve is working through her feelings of JJ, as both Eve and JJ have been thinking about each other.
Yes.
So that's interesting to know. And I love that Jennifer this week has put the pieces of the puzzle together.
Yes.
And has realized that Eve, you're not scheming on JJ. You love him.
Yes.
You're nasty.
Yeah, I know.
But there was also the tender moment. Or the attempt at a tender moment between the two of them.
Well, and and it came from Jennifer.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, listen, like, let's just sit and let's talk. Because I think this stems from other issues when you were a whore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And my first thought was, did everyone in Salem have a period where they worked as some sort of prostitute?
See, Kimberly. A bunch of them, I guess a bunch of them did.
I think Stefano had a whole ring. He was like a pimp. Between him and Victor.
Oh my God.
Cheryl thinks the JJ Eve thing is nauseating.
You know why it's nauseating? Because it's going on for so long. Yeah. We're now just sitting at the edge of our seat wondering, when is Paige going to find out and how is she really going to react?
But let's talk about the new Paige kind of is emerging. She's a little sex pot all of a sudden.
I know.
She got some and that was it.
You know why? Because when you make love for the first time, it's like having your first piece of chocolate. You just want it over and over and over again.
Chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like Pringles.
Can't eat just one.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you for the background music.
No, but she was hooked. She was like, come on, JJ, let's go to the, he's like, no, not right now.
Well, Ms. Paige got her babysitting money and said, I got a room at the Salem Inn. And we about to, I canceled my stuff. I ain't got class for a little, we got time. So that way you can concentrate. It was almost like she was saying, like, I didn't have your full attention. Like, I was in it. I didn't feel like you were in it.
Yeah.
Like, that was my first time. It was cute, but I need you to be fully in it.
I want you to be present.
Yeah, I need you to give me the goods.
Yes, exactly. So I know what's going on. What also I have to talk about is I was kind of distracted by Jennifer and Eve's dresses. They were both kind of skin tight, and I wrote down, Eve had one that flowers on one side, a solid color on the other, and Jennifer had some red pattern on hers.
It almost looked like, when you buy those stickums. And it's like the plastic and then the stickers are on top of it. That's what the dress looked like. That's what it reminded me of. It was like dress and then the sticks and then someone's going to come off and go and like put them on someone else.
I was like, I could start their dresses. I'm like, ladies. I'm like, oh my God, while they're in the house. But anyway, sorry, I digress. But yes.
But I do like that Jennifer did try to sit with Eve and just talk with her, because I liked what she did when Paige came over after, first of all, Eve nosy. Who asked their kid, oh, so you having sex now?
I know. I wrote it down again. I'm like, I'm so tired of them like having conversations with their parents about having sex.
That's what I wrote down. Grosses me out.
Like, I get it. Like, every parent has had the talk with their kid, but it's kind of like, Eve, you don't point it out. You know, you kind of sit down and go, hey, it's probably around that time where, you know, the butterflies are going to start blooming and you're going to start feeling some feelings. And I just want to make sure you're aware.
How many times have you had this conversation with your daughter?
But you know, let me tell you. You know how my conversation went, because when I was in school, I took sex ed. My mom let me take sex ed. My mom, this was her idea of the talk. She walked in with a condom in her hand and she said, "You need these?" And I said, "No." She was like, "Okay, they're in the room if you need them." And I'm like,
in the room. "Hi, Mom. I want complimentary condoms, please." And
I'm like, I'm like, okay, like,
okay.
Rude.
I just walk in there after dinner. I need a couple of condoms to go before I get my room.
Right.
Thank you.
Do you still have them? Because I might need one when I have sex for the first time.
So virginal. I think I heard crickets. Hello? Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
You didn't hear crickets. You heard
old malls.
You heard church bells chiming like lies. It's like a procession that's about to happen. There's a priest carrying a vial of holy water.
I am Lady Love.
We all know you.
Lady Love.
You spread your love too. You did.
Married.
You
I'm
did.
married lady.
But let's talk about before you were married. Were you along with Eve and Kate in the prostitution ring?
And Chad's mother, original mother, and all of them were all together.
And Tori.
When I was single, I was channeling Maggie. It was very pure, doing gardening.
She had her moments too back in the day. She was working it out.
We believe none of that.
I was a redhead.
A redhead like that, a ginge.
We believe none of that. So, and I also thought it was very sweet that JJ had all these gifts for Paige for whatever reason. I still don't know.
I didn't really understand that because I was like, where were those? I was like, well, maybe did he buy them for Eve? And then got caught, so then he gave them to Paige, but like we never saw that, so I was like, I don't know, maybe they're going to come up later. I don't know.
Yeah,
and I was kind of questioning.
Well, they had to add some kind of humanity between Eve and Jennifer because their conversations on scheming to keep their kids together is kind of gross.
Yeah,
so you had to add some kind of humanity in there.
I don't know. I really liked it because it kind of took you, like Peter always says, kind of takes you down that memory lane. Yeah, even though it wasn't Cassie that played Eve at the time. It was, you just sat there, you just kind of going, oh, that's right. You know, they did. They've had a long, and I feel like though sometimes in real life, the people like that you have the most like hatred for and you fight with the most do end up sometimes becoming close good friends. And I'm thinking, how cool would it be if they do end up becoming really good friends in the long run? You know what I mean? Yeah. I think it would be a perfect opportunity for Jack to come back.
Okay, we got it. Was it 17 minutes?
Right. And of course, that was going to come in. Oh, and we also found out from them that Eve has destroyed the jacket.
Yes.
And that,
did she really?
Well, that's what she said.
We didn't see it.
Okay. But she said that she had it as a reminder of the bad decisions that she's made. She had it as like, you know, when someone has a Letterman jacket and you kind of go to bed with it and you smell it. Jane.
Yeah, that would be a funny scene.
That would be a funny scene, actually.
So, Tony, I have to point out Cheryl saying, don't go there, I'm assuming about the being virginal. She says, we have no backstory on how Mama Maxine paid her way through nursing school.
Oh, not Maxine.
Oh, goodness. My Mama Maxine. You know what? Thank you for that, because what could happen, you have just added to my storyline.
There you go.
What if I come into Salem to find my mother and then realize she was a prostitute with Kate and Eve?
There you go. There you go.
And Nicole, Nicole did porn
star, which was pointed out recently.
That was too much. Porn. I'm liking how this is going. So let's take it to the chat room. See what else everyone else is talking about the JJ.
Hi, chatters. I miss you guys. I miss you there.
Lynn says he bought the gifts for Christmas and they broke up and then he threw them in the yard.
Okay. That's what it was.
Okay.
So,
thank you, Lynn.
For that. I love that Cheryl said in regards to the sex talk, she said she maybe should have had that conversation years ago. And shout out to Alexis, who's usually in the booth. We have Steven today. She is chatting with us. She says, hi, Mark, your hair looks amazing. And Tony and James.
Love you both. Oh,
I guess we're amazing.
You look amazing
Love you
too.
both. Yeah.
I got a quick hug before
So
she
thank
left.
you for that. Yes, thank you. All right, so let's keep it moving right along
Well, all three.
Well, I have no hair, so that's fine.
Let's go to the biggest storyline of this
Yes.
week.
Yes.
Brady, Kristen, Melanie, Teresa. First of all, can I just talk about Teresa?
Yes.
Girl, you stupid. How is it that Clint comes back and says, "Hey, baby, I won $2 million," and she's just like, "I don't believe you. Got diamonds." Where we going? Who does that?
I loved it though. I actually really loved it. I love that she was like, and then he's like, boom, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna rethink this.
and I knew that whole of like last week when she was just going through Salem, like nobody likes me.
Well, but I think it set it up for that perfectly.
Did. Well, here's the one guy that. He don't like you either,
right?
But he's coming back into town like, hey, first of all, if anybody showed up at my job after leaving me 2 notes that said I gotta go,
right.
I would have been like, what you want now?
Right, exactly.
You gonna have to work harder this time. Like who? Like okay.
But he is tall and handsome and has a way with talking to her. He's the new kind of goon. I like him because he has personality kind of, and he's just kind of smoldering.
Charismatic.
Yeah, he's charismatic.
He has so much swag that Teresa packed up all her stuff and hid it.
Bye Salem. She's like bye.
Yeah. So Teresa is off to Italy, and Brady and Melanie just landed. First of all, Lee, the pilot,
best supporting actor.
Yeah. He got his training where
Charlie's Angels. I thought.
What's our name at the hotel?
Derek.
Oh, Derek. Oh, I love it. I love that pilot. He was hilarious.
He was like, "There's barely any runway," and Brady's just like, "Land it anyway." Yeah. And then as soon as you land, pick it right back up. You got enough fuel to get to Greece? Because I don't know anything about maps, but I don't know if Greece and Italy are that close to each other where you can just. Are they?
Yeah, they are.
I'm trying. Yeah,
they are.
Okay, so good. Okay, I hope you got a full tank of gas.
But still, it was kind of iffy. The whole thing was still iffy. Yeah. You have turbulence, short runway, get back up in the air. Then Millie comes out, it's like, "Give me back down on the ground." I'm like, "This is crazy."
It's a lot. Okay, let's talk about Melanie.
I was just let me read this. Derek, I don't know who Derek. Derek, he's been in the rooms before. Derek Hazelton says, "Can you please refer to Melanie as Mophead? She sucks and drains every scene she's in."
Oh no. Okay, so first of all,
sorry, I had to start with that.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I do.
Of course, I
thought of Mark all week. I thought of him all week because I like Melanie. Everybody on record, I like Melanie. Every camera, I like Melanie. Daquan, I like Melanie. Actually. But this week, she got on my nerves.
And Cheryl likes Mel too.
Well, listen, when she was stuck in that bathroom or that closet, and she pulled the life raft. I thought to myself, number one, why is the life raft in the closet?
Yeah, that was weird.
Number one.
Yeah.
2, how did you find it and pull it? And now it's like, at what point were you going to go and just like go out? And then knowing that the Kyriakis have so much money,
right?
Y'all don't work to where the handle just breaks off,
right?
That's somebody. That's somebody that has a cheap plane. That's like me going and buying a plane. And I'm like, I got this plane. I got it on sale.
It's like a third cousin Kyriakis plane. You know, one of the lower ones that are not really as rich.
Yeah, it wasn't Victor's.
It wasn't Victor's, not at all. It wasn't Victor's. Not the one that John takes every once in a while. It must have been something really like low, like a low cousin or something.
So she eventually gets out and she
tells Lee to land her. But
all the while Brady is confronting Kristen.
That's good.
And I love the fact that Kristen is kind of like, she's not shocked that Brady's there. No. She's not bothered that Brady's there.
She kind of likes it.
And lies her ass off.
I was surprised with the twist that she's pulling.
With the twist that the baby is, this is Daniel's baby.
I forgot they had I forgot that whole thing.
But they ain't finished.
No, we know that.
We know that.
But I forgot that they were. That's right. They had a little bed moment.
Yeah.
But aside from that, their whole like, Brady tried to play into it too.
Yeah.
Being all like, I'm doing my 12 steps and I'm just here to give you forgiveness. You flew 1,500 hours to come tell somebody I forgive you. You could have Skyped her and pulled it up and said, "Hey, Kristen, it's Brady. I forgive you." So
step 5 done.
Step 5 done, and mark that off in chat and keep going. But I love how she really tried to pretend like there was no baby, and Brady's like, we're going to walk around this house.
Yeah, but my thing, after it happened, and then she told him, oh, it's Daniel's, why hide the baby then?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
If you're just going to say that all along, I mean, maybe that was, she came up with that on the fly.
Maybe that's what it was, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
okay, now I have to cover this because
Melanie has found the baby.
has come,
Yes.
and after she had a long talk with the woman who doesn't speak English.
Who spit on the ground first before she said, over there.
Damaris?
I love it. I was like, you go,
They're
girl.
way up there.
I love her.
I love how Melanie was like,
Where? Where?
you would have,
I was waiting for her to pull out like a magnifying glass.
Like,
the
where
way
is it?
the way she
A
pointed at
monocle.
that castle, it really looked like you should still be walking right now, because
Yeah,
that
yeah,
seems
You got a way
looks
to go.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless there's a trolley that's like taking you up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love that lady. She spit on the ground first. I loved her.
Yeah.
Yes, and I love that the first nurse came and Kristen's like, come back in about an hour, blah, blah. And that nurse scene when Melanie ran into her seemed mad.
Uh-huh.
Who said something?
No, they're talking about the Emmys. Sorry.
Oh, did someone win?
No, they're just saying they're showing a montage of Days' weddings on the Emmys.
Oh,
Funny.
how cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
And I feel like when the original nurse ran into Melanie, I think the reason why she was upset was because she just hiked up to that
Yeah,
castle.
exactly.
And then Kristen's like, come back in an hour.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'm not walking back
Right.
down there to come back in. No, I'm going to sit right here on this porch.
That's what I would have.
When you ready for me, you let me know.
Yeah, exactly. I would have sat outside.
Look, even Daquan said he's didn't like Melanie this week.
Oh.
He says he can't believe himself. He goes, I love Melanie. I do. Just this week, I can't defend her. I was so mad at her. I feel
You're betraying her.
I'm betraying her. No, Daquan, you're just coming to the good side. The Lorraine love side.
I understand.
Oh my goodness. So, and then, Melanie finally gets there and runs into Dr. Mandrake. She recognizes him. He doesn't recognize her. I love how he tells her to come back. She just goes,
Yeah, she just comes right in.
Right.
she just walks
And
in.
sees him go behind the
and then she's
bookshelf.
like, huh, that's interesting. And my first thought was, Kristen, if you know that no one knows where you are, why are you hiding the baby?
Right.
Yes.
Like
exactly.
that didn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Well, and my other thing that I wrote down too was Brady also should know better. It's a
right.
it's a Demira house.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
something behind the bookshelf.
course.
There's
Yes.
something behind the plant. There's something
Yes.
behind the
There's probably
painting.
catacombs.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
There's a
right.
tunnel that goes to Greece.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, come
There's
on.
all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And I got really nervous for Melanie because she's still trying. People cannot lie in Salem.
Yeah.
She's still, oh, I'm the nurse that you
Right,
called.
yeah.
And she's like, and no.
No, you're not.
I've seen photos of you. I know
you
The
who you
have.
best
are.
was
yes,
when
yes.
she's like, I recognize you. Daniel's got pictures of you everywhere. I'm surprised he doesn't have a tattoo of you. I was laughing so hard. I had to rewind that one. I was like,
Right.
that's funny. I was like,
That's a good
oh, sorry.
So,
Yes.
that one slipped
so
out.
Yes.
the baby's finally revealed, and
Yeah.
Kristen, as we said a little while ago, says how she tried to turn the tables and say that it was Daniel's. But a comment that stuck out to me was when Melanie said, "Look at his eyes,"
She did say that.
and I was like, "What does that mean?" What did you guys think that like? Did she feel like
That's his baby.
Like,
she's
you
saying,
could look at his eyes
Because she
and
saw,
say that
she
that's
saw
her
the
eyes?
eyes first.
Yeah.
And she probably
Yeah.
thinks that's the key, that's Brady's eyes.
Yeah, yeah,
Not Teresa's, but Brady's
Brady's.
eyes.
Yeah.
And then I love how Kristen was like, he has Daniel's eye, or has my eyes in like Daniel's mouth, don't you think? And just when you feel like Brady was gonna go, no, Kristen. he's like, I think so, but I want this baby tested.
That's right.
And I wanted to reach into the TV and go, Brady, you dealing with Kristen Demira.
Right.
Yeah.
You really think those test results are
Right.
going to come out
Well, but
with
I
the
think,
truth?
and we talked about this. I think this is why she took their blood.
Yes.
So then she can change the vials to say Daniel and Kristen, and
Yes.
it's really Teresa and Brady.
And Brady.
then they'll say, "Oh, well, look, it is their blood."
It is their blood. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So how did you guys feel about in our chat room, how did you guys feel about this epic storyline that has been happening? Comment in the chat room. Let us know your thoughts. Let's see what people have been
Bentley
saying.
Ninja Days of Our Lives has been on for 50 years. That's why they're putting hashtag Days 50 on the bottom of your screen when you watch it.
like it's not for 2 years.
Does someone not know that?
The Bentley Ninja says, how long has the show been on TV for again?
Derek says, I need Melanie to go away.
Derek. Oh yeah, I know. I don't. Derek, have you been in the chat room before? Because you need to be in the chat room more often.
Your new best friend.
Yeah, I think we're going to be good friends forever. And Daquan is not coming over to the dark side. He says.
Amber's baby 100 says, I don't understand how Melanie thought she was going to help Brady and protect him. She can't even protect herself.
And Lynn,
she fought against that life raft. She beat it.
Oh, she did do that.
Well, no, whatever. Okay. And Lynn doesn't. Where have Lynn and Derek been all this time? Lynn and Derek, I've been needing you for the last several weeks. I don't know where you've been all this time. My group believed it, though. I had to set them straight. I loved how Kristen recognized Melanie right away.
Yeah. So,
well, I mean, Kristen. Hello, Melanie is like an appetizer to her. She can handle Melanie in 2 seconds. Like that was not going to work.
All right, so let's go into a couple of other tidbit moments. Our favorite non-couple, Daniel and Nicole, who still cannot get it together.
I want it to stop. This.
Yes.
I'm mad at you. Okay, we're gonna have a date. No, and that stupid scene with him. She's explaining why Serena was there, and he's like, yeah, well, that makes sense. Serena would come over for that. And then she says, well, I came over for this. Yeah, no, that's not right. It's like, how is it?
Right.
That just doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
How do you believe that Serena can be there for a stupid reason, and Nicole's reason was legit. And made sense,
right.
And you're like, yeah, no. And it's just this back and forth and I'm like, I don't even care. I mean, we all know that I don't really care about Daniel, but I'm just like, it's obnoxious.
It's completely obnoxious. And Nicole did point out, like, you were over here yesterday acting weird. You didn't say anything about a book, and now today you need a book. Like, what's really going on?
And didn't the diamonds fall out?
Yes.
Didn't they? Well, they fell out on the table.
They fell
when she came in, and then she hit them.
Right.
Yes.
Then they kind of.
But they disappeared.
And they turned into her cell phone.
And then she dropped her bag, and they fell out.
They fell out.
But
and
then
she scooped it, and then.
Okay, I just want to make sure that it wasn't just me that was like.
We saw it.
No one sees this?
No one. No one sees it. No. Yeah. But thank God she finally got them diamonds. Please give them to Xander and go about your day.
She's May? She leaves in May or August?
I don't know.
I think August.
May or August.
I think she's August. Melanie's May. Serena's August.
But I agree. I just think that either believe Nicole or don't.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this kind of Nicole. It's kind of Nicole bashing kind of. They're bashing her.
It's like either date her or not.
Right.
Like, don't be loving to her, and then, and then his whole attitude was like, to Serena, oh, you came over to find it, did you find it? Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay. And it's like, and I feel like Nicole, like, what you mean by that? Like, what are you talking about?
I know.
So, Daniel and Nicole, just find 2 other people to date in Salem.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I need to find Lynn and Derek, and we need to go have coffee because they're agreeing with everything I said.
I love it. That's so funny.
And you know what I bet you it is? It's Daquan, and he's signed in under 3 different names, and he's messing with me.
You're silly.
It's Daquan.
Speaking of Serena and Xander, so Serena finally has the diamonds. Xander is running around Salem making sure that everyone knows who he is and that he's related.
Yeah.
I know. He went from like, I'm not telling anybody who I am to, hey, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Remember that summer 20 years ago?
Or it's like, how do you know Daniel?
Right.
Oh, we spent one summer in Greece.
With Brady, one summer. Oh my God.
When that happened.
Right. That was like 2 Bradys ago. What's going on there?
So apparently there was that. And then there was a sweet moment between him and Maggie.
I wrote that down. I also like the use of history because Maggie, she's like, you were out there with garden. She's like, I was on a farm.
Yeah.
And that's where Mickey Horton met her and he had amnesia years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So listen, you got to keep that going because Days fans remember.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, well, I think, and I do have a feeling that because this is the 50th year, that's a lot of the reason why a lot of these lines are coming up and stuff,
that's
just
true.
to kind of take people down memory lane and stuff.
That's very true.
So then we're going to go to, I'm going to save that one for last. Just really quick, because we don't have to spend that much time on them. Abigail, Ben, and Chad.
Okay, first of all, before we actually talk about their conversation, can we talk about Kate Mancy's outfits? I was like, I think I wrote down, was she in Melanie's closet? What was with the gray, with the strap?
With the strap thing.
I was like, what is that? What? She looked like she came from the gym. She was just like, I don't know. I didn't get it. I was like, is it just, I guess it was supposed to be kind of like everyday.
Like casual?
Everyday casual, I'm off today. This is how, but it didn't work for me.
It didn't work for me either.
It was weird
because... You could wear a cute pair of jeans and a sassy top.
Because I know I do.
I do.
I had this thought. like when I saw the top with like the
Okay, halter top and culottes.
Okay, I know some culottes. I know some culottes.
I thought like, oh, is that Victoria's Secret bar that has like all the different options on how to wear it, and like that's the one that she's wearing underneath?
Couldn't even pay attention to her because I kept staring at it, going, is that part of the top? Is it something she's got on underneath the top? I didn't know. I was sorry. I know that's not what you wanted to talk about.
I think that day the department was just like, we're going to throw some stuff on her and see what happens.
Hey, Melanie didn't want to wear that, so let's give it to Kate.
Yeah, exactly. Kate Mancy.
So pretty much to sum up them, Chad is still scheming.
Yeah.
Ben has been cleared of the Florida thing because Clyde made sure that Linesky got shanked in jail.
Yes.
And Abigail is kind of wondering, I think this whole situation has made her kind of go, are you really telling me the whole truth, or are you lying? Because Ben...
Well, I think he is lying. I think there's more that he's not telling.
Because Ben was just kind of like, kind of playing naive. Kim Reynolds, he's like, I had no idea. Like, they just said if guys want tips to send them this way, and I get like $100, $150, so it's kind of like a tip.
Yeah. No.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden Jordan comes and say, we got to go, and you like, peace out, y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
With a different name.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm. So
I don't buy it either.
Yeah. So there's going to be more to that. And then, of course, the ongoing story of Will, Sonny, Paul, and John. Yeah. So I love the fact that John is not giving up on Paul and goes to see him.
With Grandpa.
First of all, can we talk about the grandpa who said, I looked in John's eyes and knew that was your
That's
father.
right. Yeah. He sure did.
Then Grandpa Norita, we need you in Salem. As a matter of fact, Grandpa Norita, you're on the first flight to Italy because we need to know if that baby is Brady's just by looking in his eyes.
Totally.
Because you good.
Yeah, he knew it.
Yeah.
And he's a man of short words. He just would walk off.
Yep. He gives a look.
Yeah, he does.
He speaks some Japanese.
That's right.
And then he's like, I go.
Yep, peace out.
Daquan wants to put me, Derek Lynn, in the birdcage, Stefano's birdcage.
Oh.
I remember that.
It took me a second. I was like, that's right.
That's when I first started watching.
Oh, okay. The Queen of the Night and all that, yeah.
And Will gets assigned a new article on Clyde.
Yeah, Clyde.
Of course, all orchestrated by the new owners of Sonic's magazine, Chad.
Yes.
So I wonder what's going to happen with that. And then Will and Sonny are still having issues.
Of course.
Because now everyone's wondering, Sonny, how do you actually feel about Paul? Like, are you completely over him or not? And for the first time, it kind of made me wonder, like, Sonny, do you have feelings for Paul? Like, because this whole time we've been thinking, like, Will, get a grip. Like, you cheated, admit it, like, keep it going. But now we're kind of like, the reason why you guys can't sit and actually hash this out is because you actually have feelings for Paul that you're not willing to admit.
Yeah, and then anytime somebody says something that can set Will off, I'm like, oh no, don't do that, because I just know it's just going to add fuel to his fire. Just like, oh.
It's
when Victor was going on and he was eavesdropping and Victor was saying all that stuff. But I loved how Victor referred to Paul as the baseball player. He's like, you go find that, you need to find out if you love the baseball player. And then he said he knew where he was. He goes, what'd you do? Put a chip in him?
Oh yeah. No, I love how Sonny was like, why don't you go do some hostile takeover or something?
And Victor also called Will a low rent neurotic. Because he said in one scene, like, he's a low rent neurotic.
But here is a better question for you guys. Since when does Club TBD have outdoor seating?
The private patio. Yeah, I know it's to their convenience.
It's an ever-changing.
It's kind of like, because everyone comes walking there. There has never been people sitting out there, and all of a sudden today, I'm just Victor Kiriakis sitting outside Club TBD, just having
what are you doing here?
Yeah,
I love your coffee. Yeah, I was like, we're outside.
Yeah,
okay. There's not the entranceway. I don't know what's going on.
It was.
Somebody did. Was it in here, or did somebody tweet what TBD stands for?
Yes.
What?
Oh my God! Somebody do it again. I forgot what it was. It was
I thought it was to be determined.
Well, that's what it means, but I don't.
It's not determined. It's like
I don't think that's what they intended for me. If anybody knows, write it in the chat room.
Yeah, please tell us.
Because I remember seeing, and I don't remember, did I see it? I don't think it was in here. I feel like it was a tweet or something that I read. Yeah. Somebody was asking what TBD stands for, so I couldn't think of what it was either.
Right.
So,
but I just have to say, the John Paul seems, though, the dialogue was kind of generic for me. You weren't here for me and my mother. You left. He has such a rich history, and so if they decided to reference that time period, they could have did a little more flashbacks. Or whatever. It's like I felt like he had good excuse because he was kind of, I'm John Black, I'm Roman, I'm a priest, I'm a Demir. I mean, it was a little. He could have explained it a little more, and Paul should understand it kind of. Because even Tori understands that kind of.
Well, maybe that scene is coming up where you know how they say, "Well, here, let me sit and explain to you what happened," and then they do the. Right? And then when they come back to him, it's like, and that's what happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah, everyone's saying it means to be determined. That's
so really
TBD.
Is so literally.
Yeah. Well, you know, because when I remember when they first built that set, and it was always Club TBD, and I was like, oh, maybe they don't know what they're going to name the club yet, so they just referred to it as Club TBD. Then when the show came out and it was actually Club TBD, I was like, well, they still didn't figure it out.
Oh, okay.
It's still to be determined.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't. You know, that I wasn't watching it as. I mean, I fast forwarded a lot before
pizza rolls. Hashtag pizza rolls,
and because of a certain redhead.
Right.
But so they may have had a conversation of why. I don't know if somebody knows why they named it that. You know, added in there too, because I would love to know.
So a lot of people it looks like they're saying that Sonny is still in love with Paul and is too scared to admit it. So I mean, we'll see. Let's see. Lynn says, I am Team Paul, but do not care for Will or Sonny anymore.
Do we think they're going to recast Sonny? I have a feeling they will.
They have to.
I think so. I think he's such a major player that they're going to have to.
I agree.
They're going to have to recast.
It's going to be a hard recast.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a hard recast. Freddie's done an amazing job.
But I read in Soap Opera Digest when I was standing in line buying some groceries that he actually quit.
Yeah, he quit.
Yeah,
he didn't.
Yeah, So anyway, so that has been your week of days. Now let's get into some fun stuff. Woo-hoo! We're going to introduce our 3 segments, and you guys know how we love to do those. So we're first going to start off with the 3 Snaps Award. That's right. All throughout the week, I have been paying close attention to see who I should give this award to. Now, while sitting here, I thought to myself, should I have given it to Lee the pilot?
I love him.
Because I like him. But you know who I liked even more? Dream Page.
Yeah.
I loved how Paige came in such a rage and was so upset that JJ was having sex with her mother, and the way she cried and went to hit him and slap him. Kudos to her. So my 3 Snaps Award goes to Dream Page, and that's who gets the 3 Snaps Award.
Dream Page. I love it. It's over to get out. Get out.
Right.
Get out.
So, filling in for Peter, we have James with our WTF moment of this week. James?
Yes. There were several, but
I know. I'm always writing down in my, even though it's not my segment, I'm always writing WTF.
Yeah.
In case he asks for suggestions,
exactly.
I'm going to give him some.
I had like 5 or 6, Melanie. But no, I've decided, actually the last scene on Friday, Kristen pulls out a gun. Now, do you realize the gun was where the baby was?
Yes!
Obviously, she's like, okay. She's like, okay, you're not going anywhere. And I'm like, is the baby holding the gun? Is that
listen,
like the?
She's a Demera. So when you're a Demera, your baby carriage comes conveniently with a gun holder.
Oh, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was in a secret compartment that is protected.
Okay.
The baby would never be harmed.
Oh, okay.
But in case you got to throw down with somebody.
I think we should start making commercials that would only appear in Salem.
Oh my God, that's a great idea. I love that.
And we could do baby carriers with gun holsters.
Because Homeboy had his gun. I got it. He's one of her henchmen. But she literally just turned around and was like, excuse me, Christopher. And you're not going anywhere. I was like, oh, okay, sure. So that's my WTF moment of the week.
I feel like another commercial would be, feel like you're about to get kidnapped? Feel like you're about to get drugged? Are you lost and dazed and confused and locked in a building that you have no way of getting out?
It caught me off guard.
Cheryl said, WTF moment, the blow-up rap.
That was a close second. That was a close second.
So moving right along, we have Mark's quote of the week.
Yes. My quote of the week has to do with one of... I still think it was actually a really cool moment when Jen and...
Clint?
Eve.
Oh, Eve.
Had their tender moment. Because
you said Jen.
Yeah. When just because every scene with them is boom, 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 boom. I think it was just because it was a change of pace. It was nice. But when she invited Eve over for dinner, he goes, "There's not enough antacid in the world to make that palatable."
And then did she say, "I can't even get through your grandmother's meatloaf"?
Yeah, she did say that. That's like,
I was like, "Are you talking about Alice Horton?"
Okay, wait, that's Alice. Excuse me.
We can't be talking about Alice Horton. Nobody talk about Alice
Horton. That's right.
So Kathy DePaiva.
Yeah, DePaiva
gets my quote of the week. I think that's her second.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm starting to overlap, I know, but it's usually Victor, Kate, Nicole.
Yeah.
Kristen had a lot of like what we were talking about before the show when Melanie says to her, "Well, I'm not the crazy one who's kidnapped a baby," and she was like, "Oh, thank you for the compliment," but and then she's like, "Stop trying to flatter me," and then kept going.
Yeah, it was like next.
Cracking up.
Oh my goodness.
Hers are usually short, little sweet little
zingers.
zingers.
You were saying you called the word zingers.
Yeah.
So coming up in just a few minutes, guys, we are going to announce 3 more winners in our calendar contest, and right now we're going to have Mark scour through our chat to find out who our chat room winner will be.
Ooh, should I do that now?
Yes, but
can it be like a nice compliment about me?
No.
Dang it.
Because it's not about you.
I'm going right for Derek and Lynn.
Speaking of not being about you, we're celebrating 50 years of Days of Our Lives this year, and we'd love to take you guys back to your favorite storylines and characters with the hashtag Those Were the Days. I love that. It's so clever.
I do too.
And since he is a guest with us today, we thought it would only be so fitting if James presented his special hashtag Those Were the Days. So James,
thank you.
Remind us of a special time in Salem.
Well, this was actually suggested by my daughter, Tammy. Hi, Tammy. We're talking, she's a Days fan. We're talking, and I really wanted to incorporate something that's today and yesterday. So kind of a 6 degrees of separation. When you do a show that's like 50 years, everyone's connected. Everyone's connected. So we're starting with our lovebirds, Eve and JJ.
And this Eve was played by the original Charlotte Ross.
Charlotte Ross, we love her. And I decided they have a connection, a surprising connection. So follow this. Back in the late 80s, she was a hooker.
Surprise.
Tony can relate. No, his was early 90s. Sorry, my fault. Go ahead.
Well, at least mine wasn't in the early 1800s.
What?
Yeah, Jezebel.
What?
Keep going, James.
Yes.
We had more to take off. It was more exciting.
So she was in the late 80s. She was Eve Barron, and she was a hooker. She was with her pimp with a heart of gold, Nick Corelli. So that's my character I'm bringing up here.
Yeah, I love Nick.
And so Nick was on for a few years, and he had a whole bunch of things go on. One of the things he did was he was a co-owner of Wings. I don't know if you remember that club. People could sing there. Stuff.
Wings.
And he was married to April Ramirez, and then Eve had a scar, and he was all with her, and all kinds of stuff. Well, later on, he started to work for Lawrence Alamain. Now, Lawrence Alamain, little side note, raped Jennifer Horton when she was pretending she was Carly and all this kind of crap. That's not a whole new story. But back to Nick. So he worked for Lawrence Alamain the same time Steve Patch Johnson worked there. So when Steve Patch Johnson died, we know later he didn't die, but when he died, Nick was the lead suspect. So then Nick found his untimely demise at the hands of Steve's mother, Jo Johnson. She shot and killed him. Jo Johnson is also the mother of Adrian Kyriakis and Jack Devereaux, his favorite. It all comes back to Jack. It all comes back to Jack.
Always comes back to Jack.
So, in short, Eve's former pimp was killed by JJ's grandma. And those were the days.
Boom. How about that for that connection?
Thank you.
All right, so let's move on to a little bit of news and gossip.
Yay.
Oh, we don't get the news.
Oh, there we go. We catch him off guard.
All right, so it is Daytime Emmy Day. A lot of stars are walking away with those golden statues, and Days of Our Lives won some of the Creative Arts Emmys, which are not televised. They're usually done the day before. But Days has won the Outstanding Achievement in Art Direction, Set Decoration, Scenic Design for Drama Series, and also was the winner of Outstanding Achievement in Multiple Camera Editing for a Drama Series. Days. So congratulations to Days on those wins. And, of course, our Freddie Smith, who I said at the top of the show, won his Emmy for... what was it for? Outstanding
supporting actor, I believe.
No, I think it was supporting actor.
Younger actor.
Yes. So congratulations to everyone at Days and also Freddie. Now on to some more news and gossip. So Camila Bannis, who played ex-Gabby, she will be on Home and Family next week or this coming week. So if you want to tune into that, I believe we have a photo of Camila so that you guys don't forget our very own little Gabby Hernandez.
Where's beautiful Camila?
She is not there.
No,
that's not her. That's Allie. But should be the first. Oh wait, I might have switched it up.
You didn't send one.
Oh well, don't worry about it, Steven. So you
not
can
your
see,
fault, Steven.
Right, not yours at all. So you can see Camila.
There
That's
she is.
her. Yes,
beautiful.
So
girl.
you can see Camila on Home and Family this coming Wednesday, April 29th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Hallmark Channel. Speaking of the Hallmark Channel, our very own Allison Sweeney will appear on Hallmark Channel's Murder, She Baked, a chocolate chip cookie murder mystery, and that will be debuting on May 2nd. There is a preview out there of the movie. So make sure you check that out. And speaking of Allison Sweeney, good news to you Days fans. Right before she went to the Emmys today, she tweeted out, or she Instagrammed this little photo saying that
it's on the bottom, what she wrote on the bottom of the picture, I think.
That she will be returning to Salem for Days 50th.
Yay.
So if you are a follower of Allison's Instagram.
Guess what? I got to be a part of celebrating Days 50. So thrilled.
There we go. So we will see Allison return as Sammy hopefully soon. And if you guys missed it this past Friday, I had a chance, and Mark had a chance too, because I couldn't leave him out. We had a quick little spotlight on interview with our very own Matthew Ashford, better known as Jack Devereaux, and I asked him if he could have rewritten Jack's death, how he would have done. Take a look at this clip. I die?
Oh, no, I knew.
Yeah.
I mean, they let me know. They let me know quite a while ahead. I think at that point, sometimes
I think it's a little further, Steven. It's 34.
It didn't happen to me enough. I think they
not 32.
Like, well, okay. It was
rewritten his death.
There you
probably
go.
like Voldemort. Probably drawn and quartered into 9 pieces, and each piece had its own. The romantic part went that way, and the really wicked part went that. I mean,
so if you guys want to see more of my Spotlight On interview with Matthew Ashford, make sure you check out AfterBuzz TV. And I had Mark call in, and that was a very interesting moment. So make sure you tune into that. Also, he explains whether or not he would be open to coming back to Days.
Yay.
So make sure you check out that interview.
Did you guys notice how Tony made sure I wasn't in the studio for this interview? He didn't trust me with Matthew. That was probably very wise.
Who would? Also, I always like to let you guys know where you can meet your favorite Days of Our Lives stars, and we have a ton of upcoming events coming up. So first off, on May 2nd, right here in Los Angeles, we have Hang with the Guys. So you can hang with Guy Wilson, Freddie Smith, and Christopher Sean here in Los Angeles at the Sportsman Lounge. If you like more information about that, make sure you visit hangwiththeguys.com. Also, if you are living in Canada, specifically Toronto, there is the Stars Canada event in Toronto happening May 30th. We have all of these stars attending, including ex EJ Demera, James Scott. Is coming.
And there are no Jonases, so that's fantastic.
So if you would like more information about this event, make sure you visit starscanadaevents.com. Also, just announced, there are 2 events happening through Starstruck fan events. The first being June 27th through the 28th in Tampa, Florida. We have Christopher Sean, Brian Datillo, and Casey Moss attending that event. And they also will have an event in St. Louis in September where we have Brady and, Eric Martzoff and Christopher Sean attending that one. So if you guys want more information about that event, make sure you visit starstruckfanevents.com. well. There are a ton of other events coming up, but I will be sure to keep you guys posted on when those events are as well. Now, before we head out, we have 3 winners to announce in our calendar giveaways. From Twitter at Miss Shetty1, you are the winner of a 2015 Days of Our Lives calendar. From YouTube, Miss Carolyn Topol, you are a winner of a calendar. And Mark is going to announce the winner from our chat room.
I just found one. I was looking quickly, so I apologize. There may be something else, and I'm not doing this because he loves Melanie, but I think it's kind of funny here. It was Derek Hazelton says Dr. Harry Chest needs to take an STD test and leave the women of Salem alone.
That's good.
That is a good one.
That's pretty good. So, Derek, there you go.
So, congratulations to our 3 winners. Make sure you tweet and get in contact with our real dooligan, Peter, or tweet us and let us know so that way we can put you in touch with Peter. But congratulations to at Miss Shetty from Twitter, at Miss Shetty1 from Twitter, from YouTube, Carolyn Topol, and from our chat room, Derek Hazelton. Before we go out, Mark, let the folks know where they can find you.
Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE, and Facebook.com/the Mark J. Freeman.
James.
Black Hope LA on Twitter. Super Organizer on Facebook, and my blog, the superorganizeruniverse.com.
And of course, you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Thank you so much, James, for filling in for Peter.
Thank you.
Peter, hope you are feeling better. I'm sorry I didn't mention that joke that said the reason why you're not here is because the writers heard your rant and they got rid of you.
We should have done a picture.
We should have done a picture. Anything. I know. We'll see you guys next Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for more recap of Days of Our Lives.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.